see.
A ridiculous feeding contraption was cobbled together to keep the beast and probably its owner alive.
There are so many skeletons here. I doubt there was one owner.
These are all adventurers.
Yay! I'm food.
I think you did that.
Oh, what?
You're supposed to
Yeah, no, I...
put the meat down over there so that he goes away from the mirror and then ride the thing down near the mirror.
I'm just wasting... How has this meat been preserved? This is impressive. Also, another thing I want to point out, I really like the fairy tale aesthetic, right? Like, I play a lot of high fantasy games, read high fantasy, like, I enjoy high fantasy. And I love all sorts, like, there's so many subgenres of fantasy that are a lot of fun. I, like I've told you, really like some niche interests, and I really like blending unlikely genres. I like when two mix together. For instance, fantasy western would be wonderful. I don't like westerns. Oh yeah. Cat, are you fucking stupid?
Yep. That was not my cat, by the way. That was Ezra's cat.
Oh, that's your cat.
My cat's on the chair. His cat's on the table where that thing was. The cat knocked down.
Whatever. Oh. Butter, salt, very old methods. Yeah, but I feel like this is still... No.
Oh, man.
This is unpleasant. I regret everything. Anyway, all of that to say, I really like the fairy tale aesthetic. It's not used in a lot of games. But, oh cool, they allow me to use spacebar artwork. That's nice.
And I struggled with this when I played it.
Well, you haven't played FPSs, so... Well, I have to tap it.
No, maybe I did play it with a controller.
I definitely played it with a controller. It was definitely easier. But the shooting parts is easier with the mouse for sure. This reminds me of the really old game, even from my time. But it was an SNES game, I think. It was The Lion King. It was an old video game back when the movie came out, I think, right? Long fucking time ago. They had this section where you're based on the musical number "I Just Can't Wait to Be King" or whatever that song's called. You're like jumping on a flamingo and stuff, and like trying to time your jumps just right. And it was all sorts of chaotic and stressful. I thought the dragon was chained up, but it wasn't chained up very good, was it? Bye, dragon. Okay, you're gonna be faced with an opportunity here. I think you remember it, since you seem to remember at least the beginning part of the game.
Yeah, I remember.
Are you? What do you want us to do?
I always let the dragon go.
See, every time I play this, I'm like, I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna be mean or whatever, and I'm never able to. I always think when I play a game that I'm going to be the bad guy. But I don't seem to do any subtlety, right? Like, I don't want to be a jerk. I just want to be evil. Like, I'll straight up murder a guy in a game and have no problem. But if I have to insult them or make them feel bad, then I'm like, no.
With the magic mirror safely in my possession, I dreamt of the Daventry I would be rewarded with, and the kingdom it could become.
Dragon Tales is where it's at. Oh, Dragon Tales. I remember that.
Oh man, I dug Dragon Tales.
I actually played some of it for Cadence the other day, and she loved it. Cora even liked it.
In that split second, I had 3 choices in front of me. Any would clear my path to safety, and all would have rippling consequences.
Like I said, for this one, like, straight up killing the dragon I could have done. Blinding it for good, I don't know. I'm not willing to be mean. I'm only willing to, like, murder somebody. So, like, if I play other video games, I'll take the evil path. But only if it involves me, like, assassinating a king or something.
Shaking and my arms could
not
barely
making
grip the
somebody
rope. But with the last
hurt
of my
emotionally.
strength, I climbed out of the well and headed back to the castle. Ever since the magic mirror returned, its reflections have warned the kingdom of danger, kept our family safe, and it has exposed many troublesome crumbs tangled in my beard.
Yeah. King Edward was so proud that you returned his lost treasure that he made you king. Everyone knows that part.
The king was so
Now,
proud that
can
he,
you get back
like,
to that
retired on the
dragon?
spot.
Gwendolyn, there's so much more to my stories than dragons.
Gandalf is that
I hope this old cap will be remembered for far more than the action tattered across its brim, sewn into the seams of many hidden adventures. All right, let's get back to the dragon.
Tell me everything. Like, why did you set the dragon free even though he was trying to eat you?
I set him free because, well, over the years I realized that the dragon was not the despicable, hideous beast Daventry had made him out to be. He was just a caged animal that was never shown any kindness. On that day, I forgave the dragon for his atrocious past.
You have such a bizarre way of making friends, Grandpa. I guess I do too. I'm known as Gwendolyn the Popular back home. But only to my stuffed bunnies.
I've always found it best to pursue friends where I can, though they don't always feel the same about me.
All right, you two. Grandpa needs to rest. Gwendolyn, it's way past your bedtime.
Sleep well, Grandpa. I'll be back first thing in the morning.
I don't need rest. I'm as spry as I've ever been, though I wouldn't mind a slice of magic fruit.
He needs to shave that hair. I think those are the images to like the cover art for the other games, the original games.
That's cool.
Well, hello, cousin.
Guard!
I'm glad you're finally here. He's been asking about you for days. I had to sit through the same story 5 times.
We got here as fast as we could. And I like Grandpa's stories. Especially the ones with dragons.
Ah, yes, the legendary beast that he set free. I don't know if he forgets I've heard that story before or he doesn't care, but he loves telling it to anyone that will listen. I'm pretty sure I heard the nursemaids telling his same jokes in the hall.
Have you heard anything the doctors are saying?
Yes, doctors, wizards, magic elves. Grandfather is fine, Gwendolyn. They all say the same thing. He's just old. He still has a few good years left. Look, we're all excited that your family made the trip, but there's no need to
Dragon
worry.
fail.
You should get some rest. I'm sure you're scheduled for a full morning of Grandfather's hilarious ramblings.
Yeah, I don't know. He jumped out and tried to scare somebody,
I'm
but
also
acted
scheduled
surprised
for
it
the
was her.
tournament.
So who is he trying to scare?
Oh, yes, the fencing tournament. You'll love it. I'm, of course, favored to win, and will make sure you have the very best seat to view my victory. The courtyard will be filled with important people and delicious hors d'oeuvres.
Oh, I'm actually competing in the tournament.
I had no idea we were hosting a junior tournament. That's incredible. In that case, I will gladly be there to cheer you on and eat delectable appetizers.
Nope. No junior tournament. I'll be squaring off against you.
I see. Well, perhaps this is the time to stop listening to stories and finally make some of your own. Good night, Gwendolyn.
Is he going through
Sleep
a wall
well.
right now? Oh, no, it's a door. Okay.